it's SimGasms, your sim host, and today I bring you a flea market inspired build. So I made up this challenge that I really wanted to do. I've seen a couple of people do thrift or flea inspired builds. I always thought that was a really cool idea. I never really gave it too much thought when I had watched them initially, and I was going through looking for challenges and I was like, man, I just need something that I would genuinely enjoy, something that would give me a challenge and find a way to get into the game and kind of interact with all the stuff that they have. I was scrolling through YouTube at that time and this woman's video popped up and it was a flea market inspired build, and I was looking at it and I was like, I wonder what it would be like if you just tried to build up your house by just buying things from the flea market or thieving all the stuff that's supposed to be in your house. So that's where it clicked and I was like, oh, I want to make that into a challenge. Actually, my first thought was, has anybody made that into a challenge? So I looked around, I tried to see if there was like a flea market or a thrift building challenge, and there was none. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create this myself. I'm gonna try and do it, and that's kind of where it started coming together. So what I have down so far is, if you do a let's play, your main goal is to gain a majority of your furniture by going to the flea market, by stealing from other people, or scavenging for them. If you have city living, there's like these random boxes that are kind of all around town, and you can go through them and you can get like I think they're just smaller items, like you can't get any chairs or anything like that. That's what the flea market is for. The flea market is like the bigger items like couches and lamps and stuff. With the build idea, I kind of had to just be like, okay, so what is a way to build a thrifty house if you're not going to the flea market all the time? And what I did was I was like, okay, I looked through all the stuff and I saw what was the cheapest things in the game that you kind of need essentially. So like refrigerators and toilets, bathtubs and showers and beds and couches, those are all really expensive things. So the cheapest that I saw for a double bed was like $4.95. So I was like, okay, we can keep it under $500 because I think that's like the cheapest in The Sims, and I worked kind of with that. And so another one of it, I mean, it's not like a rule exactly, but it's just kind of like a given, is that to make everything kind of look thrifty and or used or antique, so that you kind of have like that thrift store vibe. So what I did while I was building this is I kind of looked for old-timey fashioned things, things that I would see in my grandmother's house, and I kind of went from there. So I also did this thing where I would pick things that didn't match, because it's like if you're going to a thrift store, granted you might be lucky and you might find like a pair, but sometimes you just find that one chair and you're like, you know, I really like this chair, and then you find another chair, so you get that other chair, and they don't match, but they bring the environment together. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. Plus, I've noticed as well, with a lot of thrift or flea market inspired homes, there's a lot of clutter. So I wanted to use things that kind of made it look lived in. So I used a lot of the cabinet spaces that had just stuff already on it, especially since I was trying not to use mods. It was really hard because I was like looking at all my clutter and I was like, oh, I want to put that down and I want to put that down, and I was like, oh, but I want to make it friendly to those who don't really use custom content a lot. I think I used maybe like 4 pieces of custom content in here. That's those big windows in the bedroom area, and then the stove is a piece of custom content, and I think a couple of the plants are. I used grass, it was like this patch of grass to make things look a little bit more realistic. The hydrangeas. But yeah, I kind of wanted to work around with that. I tried to make things as unmatching but matching as possible. This was a really hard build for me, I'll let you know that. Not only because I didn't use custom content, but because I like to make everything kind of match. So picking things intentionally that don't match was like a struggle for me. It was a challenge for me. But yeah, I think it turned out really well, and if you guys want to try your hand at this challenge, I do have the rules in the description down in the box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. I am trying to get to 40 followers by the end of February. That is my huge goal, so help me get there. I appreciate all of you guys, and nika nika ne.
Move along as the birds sing, running from the dark clouds and hard rain. I miss you, your colors. I feel like I'm going under. I'm coasting on a riptide, thinking about your love every day and night. I can't sleep when you're gone. Ooh, the water and sky reflection in my eye, and it's true, so true, that my life is a seaside, is a seaside, is a seaside, is a seaside. Watering sky, the watering sky, blue, 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 the watering sky, the watering sky. It's a seaside. 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 It's a seaside.
I've come from far away. Take me home, back to yesterday. With you, I wanna stay. Hold my heart, keep my love contained. I came so close to being there. My hopes are looking up, but can't see that far when I sleep without rain. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. Your voices in my dreams. Take me home with you. I'm in between. I can't decide.